Well, the other day when Marvel rolled out all those chairs and named the cast for Avengers Doomsday, we all speculated some people were missing. And now a major Hollywood trade has confirmed one major Phase 1 MCU character is indeed returning for the Avengers team-up. So let's dive in and talk about it. Well, right away after the Avengers Doomsday announcement dropped, many fans were wondering where some very familiar names were. And right out of the gate, we kind of speculated there were more people going to be added to the cast. Now, since then, we've gotten a lot of news that contracts basically aren't completely settled. That's why some names were missing. And one of those names was Hayley Atwell. As many of you remember, she came to life in the MCU in Captain America the First Avenger, but then she went on to help her character evolve. She actually voiced Peggy Carter in What If, and became the character known as Captain Carter, basically a Captain America variant. And then she came to life in live action in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, earlier today, we got an update from Deadline, and they did indeed confirm that she will return for Avengers Doomsday. Now, what they are saying is that Hayley Atwell is expected to reprise her role as Agent Carter in that film. But honestly, it doesn't feel like that to me, and I can't imagine her coming back and not playing Peggy. As a matter of fact, I think the actress would probably demand it because she was not too happy how the character was handled in Multiverse of Madness. Now, if you remember correctly, Agent Carter actually had her own series back in 2015 that ran for 2 whole seasons. So there really have been 3, maybe 4 distinctive versions of the character in the MCU, and we probably should keep our mind open to her playing, well, pretty much any of them. I think bringing Captain Carter into Secret Wars and Doomsday is probably a great idea. Not only does Hayley Atwell carry the character pretty well in animation and live action, fans are very vested in her character over the last couple of years. I think there was a distinctive effort for Captain Carter to be developed in What If, and it was not by accident because then she showed up in Multiverse of Madness. Now, despite any problems that went down with that, the character was presented pretty well, and Marvel would be making a massive mistake by not including her in Secret Wars, which would leave the door open to Captain Carter returning post-Secret Wars, whatever the greater MCU looks like, and that's a character I think some fans would connect to. Now, with the return of Peggy Carter, will other people come back? You know, we've been hearing Chris Evans could return as possibly an evil variant of Captain America, and just like in Justice Superman, maybe the key to turning that character back to the light could be Peggy Carter, just like it was Lois Lane in that story. But until this comes out, we're going to have to wait and see. Now before you take off though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily videos and we want to be your place for all the Marvel and DC news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know.